how to debug inbound IDOC. This is frequently faced scenario. This scenario is going to be faced very frequently. So how to identify the inbound IDOC? And yesterday I was telling that the T code WE57, right? That's why this WE57 T code is very important, right? How to identify the inbound function module. So the first method to identify, the first method to identify is WE57. How? You will go into W02 and W05, you will, you know, display the IDOC, and from there you will get the message type. Okay. Using the message type, right? With the help of message type, what you will do, you will go to the T code W57, and for that message type, you will be able to see there directly the related function module. So this is very simple, right? This is very, very simple. This is very, very simple. Okay. What you will have to do, you will go to the T code WE57, and there you will pass, go to T code WE57 and pass the message type over there, pass the message type over there, and it will, you know, uh, means, because in W57 you will be able to see the message type and their corresponding function module. Okay. So go to T code W57 and search for the message type. Okay. And search for the message type. You will be able to see the corresponding FM, right? So you got the inbound function module. This is one way. This is one way which is very frequently used, right? Another way is also there. Another way, second method. What is the second method? Go to WE20. See, we have seen so many T code, but this WE20 how frequently is going to be used. Go to W20 under the partner profile, then go to, you know, inbound section, right? Under the inbound section, go to the, go to your message type. So under inbound section, you will be able to see the message type, and on the message type, you know, double click on the, I will show you in practical also. Okay. Double click on the message type, and once you will double click on the message type, you know, one screen will open, and there you will be able to see the process code. Okay. There you will be able to see the process code. So click on the, double click on the process code. So double click on the process code. Double click on the process code. So if you know, if you create one scenario only from a scratch to, you know, complete configuration for a IDOC, transfer from one system to another system, you will be able to understand A to Z, you know, how it happens. And also I would suggest you to create at least one scenario that it will be, you know, you will be able to do, and it will not take much time, right? So double click on the process code, and once you will click on the process code, then you will be able to find the function module. You'll be able to find the function module. So function module, so mostly function module is going to be used, right? Sometimes you will get the workflow also, but mostly we are going to use the function module, right? I will show you over here. Let me know if you can see my screen. This, yeah, now you will be able to see, and I will go here and I will tell you how to identify. So first we will find some inbound IDOC, and I will show you how to identify the inbound function module. So if you identify the inbound function module, your work is done. So in you know, uh, go here, WE05. So to debug the inbound IDOC is easiest, very, very easy. To debug outbound IDOC is little tricky, but to debug inbound IDOC is very easy, very easy. So let's search for some inbound IDOC. So direction over here for the inbound, what is the direction, right? For inbound, what is the direction, right? For inbound, what is the direction, one or two, right? For inbound, one is the outbound, and for inbound, what is the two is the direction. Okay, so I'm just going to give the two over here and run this one. And here you can see that there are so many IDOC which is there in the red status. Some problem is there. Now let's select this orders 05, or yeah, let's see this order 05. So now my requirement is to identify the associated function module with this orders 05. So I will go and check for my message type. Message type is important. Basic type is just for technical purpose. Orders. So message type is orders. For this orders, I want to see the function module. So where I will go and check the function module, right? Where I will go and check the function module. So go to W57, just I have told you, go to W57 and search for the orders over here. Click on this position, or else go to the selection, right? And by content, here you can give the message type. Click on this OK. And what was the message type? Orders. And press OK button. Choose. Okay. And now you can see that for these orders, I'm having the function module name over here, right? This EDX input orders. You can see that there are many function module. Which one is going to be suitable for me, perfect for you? So now I will check for the message type and order basic type combination, right? Because here multiple function module is there. So message type and basic type combination I'm going to check. So what is the basic type over here? Orders 05. So just go and check for the orders 05. Orders 05 basic type is this orders 05, and here again orders 05. So this is, but here also you can see that. So in this case you might be feeling quite confusing, but nothing to worry. Sometimes you will get multiple, but most of the time you are going to get only one entry, particularly in the custom development, right? So if such kind of confusion will come, like because multiple, here you can see that order 05 for basic type is also there, here also order 05 for message type, here also orders, here also order. So in that case, because no single entry is there, it's quite confusing. What you can do, go directly to WE20, right? Go directly to WE20 and see here under different partner profile, right? Go to the logical system, right? And let's go and check what was that partner is this one, LS cat sender. LS cat sender is the partner. Let's see if the partner is listed over there or not. If the partner is not listed, see here, this partner is not listed. So we can't do in such scenario, because the system is the proper configuration and all is not there. So you will not be able to identify, right? Let's take this one, this. Okay, I'm going to take this one, because for this IDOC we are having the partner listed over there. So S18 client 800, right? Come over here, S18 client 800 is there. And now you just come to the inbound section over here and search for the orders. Here we have the orders, right? And here also you'll have the process code, this I was talking about. So double click on this message type. Once you will double click on the message type, see here, this is the process code, and double click on this process code. See, this is the correct function module which is going to get triggered. So the very first step, use the W57, you are going to get over there. This is one typical scenario where we are facing, multiple entries are there for so it's quite confusing, right? So if such kind of confusion is there, you can what you can do, the another approach you can use, it will give you the exact function module which has been used. So what I did, I went to WE20, right? Then I went into the partner. That partner must be here listed under the ls. Okay, so I clicked on the partner, and because it's the inbound idoc, I went to the inbound section over here and I checked my message type. So my message type was orders. This was the orders. I double clicked on these orders. I came over here in this inbound option, right? And here, this is my process code. I double clicked over here and the identification. This is our what? Function module. Now you can double click over here and you can put the breakpoint, right? You can put the breakpoint. But the question over here is, now when you have put the breakpoint, right? This breakpoint is not going to get automatically triggered. Which program you are going to execute in order to trigger the breakpoint? Do you have to run this program, this function module? No. This function module is going to be hit when the idoc is going to come as an inbound, right? So what we will do, that we have some program, we have some T code. One T code is WE19 and another T code is BD87. To debug the inbound function module, these T code are awesome. You don't have to do anything. First step, identify the function module, and second step, just use either WE19 or BD87. That's it. So debugging the inbound idoc is very simple, very simple, right? So how? Identify the function module, put the breakpoint on the function module, and then now go to the T code, what? BD87 or WE19. Now when to use BD87 and when to use WE19, right? So if you are there in the test system, quality system, right, there you can use anything, either use WE19 or BD87, there is no problem. But for using the BD87, your idoc must be there in 64 or error status. So you can see that it is in error status. So you can debug this one. If it is in green status, you will not be able to debug through BD87. Okay. So I'm just running this one. Remove this date filter, press F8, and here your idoc is, right? So because 56 is the error status, you will be able to debug it, right? You will be able to debug it. Okay, so just I have clicked on the process, but you can see that entry in inbound table not found. It didn't trigger my function module, right? It didn't trigger. It is supposed to trigger, but it didn't trigger. Why? Because before calling this function module itself, somewhere, got some problem and it didn't call that one, right? But generally what will happen, it's going to trigger this function module, and then you can go and check it out. This is a demo system. If nothing is properly configured over here, okay, that's why we are not I'm not able to show you the way I'm willing to show. But suppose this can be also one very good point where you will have to debug why this function module is not getting called, right? So from here itself you will have to start debugging and you will have to check, right, why this is not calling my function module idoc input order. So you can start debugging from here itself. Okay, here itself will, and there are so many programs based upon the condition it's going to call. There are so many programs. Okay, there are so many programs it's going to call based upon the different condition. So BD87 is very, a very useful transaction, very useful transaction. And another transaction is WE19. Okay, another transaction is WE19. So here also you can come and press F8. The beauty of WE19 is that sometime you will get the inbound function module from here itself, right? Click on this standard inbound, and here it's a message type. uh just a second. So here itself, when you will click on the standard inbound, you will be able to see the function module name. Right here itself, you will be the option. Here it is not there. You can just go and check for some of the message type. Right. So in first step, you have identified the name of the function module. Now, because you will have to execute, you will have to reprocess the inbound IDOC. What you can do, you click on this inbound function module over here and give the, so automatically you can see this IDOC import orders automatically here is coming. If it is not coming automatically, the function module, uh, just copy from there and paste it over here, right? So IDOC input orders, copy this one and paste it over here. So if you will paste this one and click on this OK button. So once you click on the OK button, see here it got triggered. So from WE19 it's getting triggered. So maybe you can just try through WE19 and you can check it. But it is supposed to, trigger through BD87 also. But some problem is there before calling this IDOC input orders itself. The control is, exiting. That's why it's not triggering. Right. So I'm just pressing F8 over here and you can see that another IDOC got generated. So WE19 you can try with, but when to use WE19 and when to use BD87. So you can see that whenever I'm running this one, it's going to generate a new IDOC, right? So earlier 6001 is there, now it's the 6002. Again, if you do 6003, it will create 6003. So whenever you are going to use the WE19, it's going to create the new IDOC, right? It's going to create the new IDOC. So if we are going to do and going to create a new thing, is it recommended in production, right? If something you are going to do and it's creating the new object, right? Is it recommended in production? Can you tell me? Is it recommended in production? If we're going to do in the production and it will create a new IDOC, is it recommended? No, right? No, that is not recommended. That is not recommended. So once you identify once you identify once you identify the function module, right? Function module, then go to WE19 or BD87 and execute the IDOC, right? Reprocess the IDOC. Reprocess reprocess the IDOC. So once you identify the function module, put the breakpoint over there, put the breakpoint, and then go to W19 or BD87 and reprocess the IDOC. It will hit the debugger. It will hit the debugger and check what is the issue. Okay. So this is one point. This is one point.